My name is Darryl Carr. Thanks for being with us. Tonight we begin with breaking news, a standoff at the EC headquarters where we understand Deputy Commissioner of the EC, Georgina Opoku Amankwa, has defied Iyoko's directive by reporting to work. She and other officials are under investigation for alleged financial malfeasance. We are told she was directed by the EC not to report to the office until investigations were done. Today, she defied the directive, saying she feels singled out by the state institution. The Deputy EC boss has also vowed to break into her office if officials of Iyoko put it under lock, as they threatened to do early on Monday. She added that the presidency is the only authority that can direct her to proceed on leave. Now, Latif Idris is at the EC headquarters witnessing the drama unfold. Latif, it is 5 o'clock when we expect that work would close. What is the situation like currently?
Thank you very much, Darryl. And I must say that it is drama here at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission. It all started around 10 a.m. this morning when Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Georgina Opoku, reported to work today. We know that Madam Georgina Opoku has been on leave for the past 6 months following the Iyoko probe into the endowment fund controversy. Now, today she says she's been in the house for close to 7 months and feels that it is time for her to report to work. So she reported in the morning around 8 a.m., only for 2 operatives of Iyoko to show up. Now, the directive was straight and simple. Leave the office. You have no right being in the office because we are still investigating you. She moved out briefly for a meeting, and when she returned, and this is the account of Madam Georgina Opoku, I'm telling you, when she returned, we had the executive director of Iyoko in the company of 2 other operatives of Iyoko and 5 armed police personnel. This I am a witness to. 5 armed police personnel, 3 operatives of Iyoko stormed the office of the Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Madam Georgina Opoku. And it was during an interview we're having here at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission. When they entered, the executive director of Iyoko just signaled that, no, madam, you have no right granting interview in this office. If you want to speak to the media, just move out of the office. You can speak to them anywhere, but not in this particular office. Clearly, giving a signal to Madam Madam Georgina Opoku that you have no business occupying that office. Interestingly, Madam Georgina Opoku defied the directive of the executive director of Iyoko, said, no, I am not moving an inch, and that you, Iyoko, you have no constitutional right to issue a directive to me to proceed on leave. So I put a question to her. So why did you oblige? Why did you comply the first time the directive was issued to you by Iyoko to proceed on leave? She said she didn't have much information on that. After consulting with her lawyers, she feels that, okay, and again, Darryl, she says she complied to the directive because Iyoko made her to understand that the investigation isn't going to take a longer period. It's going to take just weeks or maximum a couple of months. But then it went on to 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and she's moving into the 7th month. She feels, no, this is an attempt by Iyoko to push her out of her office, and she definitely wouldn't allow that to happen. So she has defied the directive of Iyoko, and she's staying put behind her desk, even with the 5 armed police personnel standing in her office, plus operatives of Iyoko and the executive director.
All right, Latif.
Madam Georgina Opoku didn't budge. She stayed in her office.
We can hear from the Deputy Commissioner of the EC, Georgina Opoku Amankwa, speaking earlier about why she is at the office today.
Fund that EC,
okay,
that the Iyoko is investigating is something that is already out there. Yeah, and since July, that was since 10th July, I've been at home, pending investigations, like they said. And then last week, my lawyer wrote last week that I would come back to work because the matter that they were investigating And before then, we wrote to him, and he said he's finished with investigations, and the report had been sent to the Attorney General's office. The Yoko ED of the Yoko, Executive Director of Yoko. That's the letter he wrote to my lawyer. Okay. Yeah. And then my lawyer indicated that, okay, that same matter had come under investigation before the Chief Justice Committee. You know, there's somebody called Kosi Senyo or something who had petitioned against me before the Chief Justice. Yeah, before the President, that had been forwarded to the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice had found prima facie case and had set up the committee. And so we are before the committee. So my lawyer wrote that since that same matter is also before the Chief Justice Committee, the one at Yoko, I mean, should be automatically terminated or something. And therefore, I should come to work. And then coming to work, we wrote last week, and then by his letter, he didn't say I shouldn't come over, but he indicated that my lawyer would do me good service if he asked me to be patient. So my lawyer said, no, we are still coming, because now it's only the President who is close with that authority to write to me to come home. And before that, when the chairperson wrote to me to stay back, yeah, my lawyer and myself, we said we were not complying, because by my appointment, it is not the chairperson who should write to me to go on leave. It is the President, the appointing authority. Yes, so that issue is already there. So we wrote back again, and then when we write, and then he said it would do me good service if I'm to stay home and what have you, we ignored it. And so we wrote to the chairperson and all commissioners, telling them that I am proceeding, I'm coming to work immediately. So this morning I was here.
And that was Deputy Commissioner of the EC, Georgina Opoku-Amankwah, speaking earlier there to JoyNews. And Latif, when she spoke to us, she mentioned that she was going to leave at 5 o'clock. Now it's past 5. Any indication she would leave?
Darren, that's quick update here at the Electoral Commission. When I entered Madam Georgina Opoku's office about a few minutes ago, I saw Alhaji Amadou Sule, another deputy chairperson here at the Electoral Commission, Director of Operations, in the office of Madam Georgina Opoku, also having some consultation with Madam. But as we speak, Madam Georgina Opoku is still in her office. She has not left yet. But what we've picked up latest is that there has been an agreement between Yoko and Madam Georgina Opoku. That is, she is going to stay out of office for a number of time whilst investigation is undertaken by the committee. That is the Chief Justice Committee, as mentioned by Madam Georgina Opoku in the interview we just played. So there has been an agreement. Finally, the standoff has come to an end. Yoko and Madam Georgina Opoku have come to a common ground, and that is she is going to stay out of office for a given period of time whilst investigation is done, so she does not interfere with the ongoing investigation as far as the controversy surrounding the spending of the endowment fund of the Electoral Commission is concerned. Back to you, Darrell.
All right, thanks very much indeed, Latif Idris, there for us at the EC headquarters. The latest is that there has finally been an agreement, that is that the Deputy EC is going to stay out of office until there is a conclusion on the investigation of alleged financial malfeasance. We'll bring you more on that if you're monitoring on radio on Top Story at 5:30. We also have the latest on JoyNews Prime, that is at 7 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. You're still watching Business Live. We want to turn to some other stories we are following for you. Savings and loans companies say they would be engaging the Bank of Ghana over the proposed change in capital levels for the sector. This follows reports that the regulator could settle on 40 million cedis as capital requirement for microfinance companies from the current 15 million cedis. Executive Director of the Ghana Microfinance Institutions Network, Jane Fee, tells Joy Business they are hoping to make some progress with this engagement.
This morning when I heard the news, it came as a surprise to me, and The unfortunate thing is that if that happens, that huge jump from 15 million to 40 million, then some of our people will struggle to meet that minimum capital. All this while we've been anticipating that there will be some level of increment, but we are not anticipating that it will be so astronomical, so that people can stay in business and continue to do the good things that they are doing. Again, with us as a network, usually when something of this sort comes up, Bank of Ghana usually engages us to let us know some of these things in advance. And so we are only hoping and praying that it is not what we are hearing, but rather something a little minimal.
But one would say that it was expected to even talk about even 70 million and all the rest. So looking at this period, obviously these savings and loans companies could have upped their game to ensure that whatever amount that the Bank of Ghana finally settles on, indeed they would go ahead and then implement it.
As I told you earlier on, we are anticipating it will happen, but we are not expecting something huge that will distort the whole market. But we are thinking that with some level of engagement with Bank of Ghana and possibly Ministry of Finance, we'll be able to come out with something that will work for the system.
The Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, is to employ new strategies to generate more revenue for the country. These will also enable the GRA meet its revenue targets at the end of the year. Known as quantitative strategy, the Commissioner General will be engaging stakeholders as well as customs officials on the need for the use of modern technology in tax collection administration. Deputy Commissioner in charge of policy and programs at the GRA, Patrick Yeuche, explains further to Joy Business
that there is awareness coming among the officers that people, including management, when I say management, I'm beginning from the very top, are not too happy with the normal way of doing things, and that change is required looking at where we are. In the new disposition that we are now, we need faster, more qualitative change. Many officers are beginning to understand it. Natural fact, the Customs Division, we have a workshop from tomorrow till Friday, and we'll look at every single thing, procedures, management, performance, everything. All these are coming, and we are not even calling so much for the workshop. The officers at the ground are calling for the workshop. And so once you get the awareness, it means if you yourself propose that I need to be evaluated, then what you are saying is that if they ask you to this responsibility and perform it, then you can complain. I think for me that is key. Once we are getting the awareness, it's key. And then that will translate into plugging areas where we have leakages, looking at how we can provide better customer service so that the delays don't translate into revenue. Delays are a drag on revenue. So the more qualitative, human-centered customer service, polite kind of talking to people, disciplined kind of dealing with people who are this thing, it is coming. And like I say, I've told them several times, and I'll repeat it here, that for me, and I think it should be a standard, nobody has the right to be insolent to anybody in this world. Particularly when the person you are dealing with, your client, you can't. You shouldn't. So these are the signs that we are seeing going forward.
In other news tonight, some experts believe the announcement by Facebook to make business-related posts on the network less prominent is likely to affect SMEs. The move, according to Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, will reduce business-related posts to make way for more social content. Karen Dodo has been speaking with some small business owners on this development.
Facebook plans a major change in its news feeds. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook CEO, yesterday in a post announced that they're going to make business posts less prominent. Now, this means that there's going to be a reduction in posts that advertise or that are related to businesses. Now, I want to find out how that is going to affect businesses, especially in Ghana, as Facebook is seen as a platform where most of these businesses advertise. Now, I've been joined today by two of such business owners, and one is Gideon, who is with Goods Masters, and also Ebenezer from Market Express. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
So I'm sure we are all familiar, or we are all aware of the news now. I want to ask you, how has social media, apart from Facebook, or Facebook especially, how has it helped in the growth of your business?
For me, Facebook has been it has helped me a lot in my business. Like starting from scratch to now, like the whole marketing activities goes on Facebook, and all that our clients that we work with, we got all of them online and from Facebook. And today, our business is known not just in Ghana, but in some parts of Africa, and then also Europe, and then America.
You say all your clients you have?
Yeah, we got all of them on Facebook.
And that's a very big contribution.
Yeah, very big one.
How about you, Ben?
I'll say that definitely Facebook and other social media platforms have contributed some way to getting the word out on what we do. But I think that for us it's been a mixture of other media. So it's not just Facebook or Twitter, or it's a mixture of various media. So I think that what is in the interest of the customer is in the interest of every business as well. So I personally don't think that it's a bad thing, and I don't think that it will affect businesses any badly. I think that is an opportunity for innovation. Businesses will learn to be more innovative with limited opportunity, and that's what I see will happen.
He is saying that he sees this move by Facebook as a good thing in disguise. Do you agree with him?
I agree one way or the other, because we are in the digital age. Looking at the way the digital migration is going in Africa, I think the next big thing is digital marketing. And then over the years, Facebook has been one of the platforms which has helped so many businesses, including my business. So therefore, if they are coming up with such, let's say, a policy or something to control whatever it is that Facebook or, let's say, users of Facebook, some users of Facebook are facing over the years, one way is good because they are going to protect, let's say, how some people go about using Facebook for the negative purpose. But for the positive purpose, I think it doesn't go really well.
So you had some SME owners there. Meanwhile, social media marketer Richard Suna has laid fears that the recent move by the social media giant Facebook will affect businesses. He says any effect of the business advertising slash will have a little significant impact on local businesses. Here's Karen Dodu once again.
After Facebook's CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced that Facebook will change its news feed by making business-related posts less prominent, many have raised concerns about its impact on businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises within the country. Facebook recently announced that priority will be given to social-related posts to encourage conversations among families and friends. This reduces the avenues for small businesses to advertise on the Facebook network, leaving them with only the option of paying for their ads to run. Social media marketer Richard Suna said that there are other avenues for marketing on social media.
No, social media marketing is just another avenue for marketing. You know, we have the conventional marketing platform, print, electronic, radio. These are the conventional platforms we all know before the social media to emerge. So now, businesses even in Ghana don't even know what social media is all about. Most of them, they do the usual, I have a friend, I post something on my page, I share it with my friends, that is all they know. But they do not know that it goes beyond that. So if you ask me whether it will affect businesses, yes. There are some businesses that focus mainly on social media to market their brands. But there are others too who they only use social media to market their brand because somebody has proposed it to them that it's also a platform through which you can use to market your products. So those of them who have been focusing mainly on using social media to market their products, they might somehow be affected. But those of them who are not primarily focusing on social media to market their products may not even feel that something of this nature has even happened and it will affect them in any way.
Because lamented the poor use of social media by businesses and advised that more can be done to explore their opportunities.
It would be good, it would be ideal for us as a nation to do what we call sensitization programs. Educate the public, educate young emerging businesses to understand that there is an easy platform for you to do what? To use to sell your product. And by so doing, at least we are giving them some sort of leverage that a company in Kenya, Rwanda, Senegal, that is taking advantage of social media to sell their wares, you in Ghana, you should also be able to do or take advantage of the presence of social media to market yourself, to make business. But if every year you make a cash flow of, let's say, 5,000, and the next year is 5,000, the next 2 years is 5,000, I don't think you are making progress.
The move by Facebook is expected to start soon in some countries and then gradually move on to other countries.
To improve infrastructure for air travel and to enhance tourism in the country, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority is to look at the construction of new airstrips at Axim, Bolgatanga and Cape Coast. The Director General of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Simon Alote, said some of the projects will commence this year after feasibility studies have been conducted.
Currently, Ghana can boast of about 5 airports located in some major capitals, including Accra, Kumasi, Ho, Tamale and Takoradi. The volume of air travel in the country is gradually expanding as the economy keeps expanding and business activities become more vibrant. To be able to contain the pressure, the Civil Aviation Authority says additional airstrips and flight infrastructure in some parts of the country will be constructed. This will also boost tourism development.
We're also looking at the development of additional airports and airstrips in conjunction with the Ministry of Aviation and the Ghana Airports Company Limited. We first start with the feasibility studies and the design before we embark on the construction. So we are looking at developments for already all are far advanced, but we are looking at new programs around for Cape Coast, for Bolgatanga, for Takoradi, and other areas. So it first starts with the feasibility study, then the design before construction. So, and even at Axim, we're looking at an airstrip which will boost tourism. So all these are kicking off in 2018. Some will be implemented by 2019, others will go beyond.
The Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3 is set to be completed to further give a major boost to international air travel in Ghana.
Well, time to bring you our interview of the day, and the Ministry of Tourism has projected 5 million tourists will come into the country in 2018. This, according to the Minister of Tourism, Catherine Afeko, is a marked increase from 1.3 million visitors that came into the country in 2017. In an interview, she noted this ambitious target requires proper strategy. Now, in 2017, Ghana raked in $2.5 billion from the tourism sector, representing 7.8% of GDP.
Interview of the day.
One of the policies that we're working on is to actually get the diaspora communities to donate big screen TVs to the embassies, and we're doing, as we speak, we're doing the footage, so they will show that on TV, like what the commercial team from CNN is doing, their videos and what they're doing. They're giving us the raw data, so we can give it to all the embassies. So when you walk in to a reception, it will show you the See Ghana, Eat Ghana, Wear Ghana, and preferably have a message from the president of an Akwaba message that this is what you expect when you come to Ghana. So yes, the gentleman doing these little video logs is actually working as we speak, but we're waiting on the CNN commercial crew. When they come in, they will do a footage that, of course, will be easy to disperse to all these embassies. But
run us through finally this whole CNN project. Maybe you can just run us through how the whole schedule is going to look like.
It's actually a 15-month program. They started with the teasers. The crew, hopefully, once we consolidate all the sponsorship and the financing, can come in between now and end of February to film specific locations that they will consult us to do. And then we give them the free range, not to dictate film this, film that, but we can give them regions and major. Kakum is definitely Cape Coast Castle, heritage sites, you know, King Temple, some unique things that they will also discover in Zulu Zoo, in Nkrumah's birthplace, things that we can, you know, iconic tourist sites that we can put in. And then they will also have the opportunity to pick as in when they see things that are of unique, but we will vet the videos so they don't put in, you know how international media can sometimes behave.
So far, what have we been raking in when it comes to the area of tourism? For example, 2017, 2016, are the figures looking really good?
It is actually. It's really the low-hanging fruit. It's the underdog. People have not really realized the immense job opportunities that we can have once we harness the opportunities. Just last year, the figures were really good. It's over 2.
Interview of the day.
You're watching Business Live. Just before we sign out, new information we want to report from the EC headquarters. My colleague Latif Idris is standing by with the latest developments in the last few minutes. Latif, what's the update?
The update, Darrell, is that Madam Georgina Opoku, Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, just left her office just about 2 minutes ago. She left the office. Now the standoff between the chairperson or the deputy chairperson of the Electoral Commission and Yoko has been settled. As we reported earlier, Madam Georgina Opoku is going to stay off for 14 days as investigation by the Chief Justice Committee to continue. And so after 14 days, we will know the next line of action that will be taken by Yoko and also the outfit of Madam Georgina Opoku. But whilst at it, we have the lawyer of Madam Georgina Opoku. He is still here, still yet to move out of the premises of the headquarters of the Electoral Commission. But again, Madam Georgina Opoku has left her office, and tomorrow she is not showing up here at the office, contrary to what she told us earlier when we showed up here at her office. Now it has been agreed between her and Yoko that she stays out of the office for 14 more days for investigations to continue, Darrell.
Essentially, the standoff is over. There has been an agreement reached, and in the next 14 days, what do we expect?
What Madam Georgina Opoku expects is that in 14 days, there should be a final determination on the investigation that has gone on for close to 7 months. It's been that long, Darrell. That is one of the reasons why Madam Georgina Opoku showed up in the office today. She feels that for 7 months, initially she was made to believe by Yoko that it was just going to take few weeks or maximum a couple of months. It has gone on for close to 7 months, and she feels it is a gimmick trying to push her out of her office, and she wouldn't allow that to happen. So in 14 days, Madam Georgina Opoku expects a final determination on this matter, and she hopes to be back in that office on the second floor of the headquarters of the Electoral Commission, as it were. Darrell?
All right, Latif Idris with the latest from the EC headquarters. There's more on JoyNews Prime. That is at 7 o'clock. If you have a radio set by you want to monitor on a Joy FM top story currently ongoing. Also online, myjoyonline.com. Thanks for watching Business Live. We are back same time tomorrow.